There we go. Hey guys, what's up? 40 Grit here, 40 Grit Guitars. Lazy day here at Casa de Miguel. Got up this morning and was thinking I'll do a video on that black and white one. I took that pickguard off last night and I think it turned out pretty cool looking. I just bounced it off my son and he said, yeah, it looks cool. So if you don't know and you didn't watch the video today, I took the pickguard off of the Van Halen 1, but the Frankenstein pickguard, and they're all CNC, so the holes are probably already there. So, well, they are already there because I matched it to the Frankenstein pickguard, and everything went where it was supposed to go. Just pulled the knob off, pulled the pot out, put the pot back in, strung it back together, and got this one playing. This one was a mess. It's been hanging for probably 3 years. But I watched the video today and it said something about I said the action was high, and then I said, "Oh, and the Floyd Rose pivot post insert was out." Well, duh, that would make the action high. But that didn't happen till later because I was trying to lower the action, and then it just threw everything out of whack. And then I looked down on the pivot post. The insert was pulled out of the body, so I got up super early this morning and went out there and checked the neck angle on the neck and fixed the neck angle on the neck. And then I went ahead and epoxied those. And we used to epoxy those at SUR. And the bad thing is if you got a paint blem or something, you had to pull those out because it goes back to paint. So you stick a soldering iron in there and it melts it would melt it, and then you just pull the posts out and just redo the post. So, but yeah, Brian Buckles, I use the Gorilla. It's epoxy is always 2-part, I think. And I just put it on the glass slide, which I've demonstrated the glass slide, the benefits of the glass slides, but you just put some on a glass slide, mix it up with a toothpick, and then just take the toothpick over and stick it inside the insert hole and just sweep it around. I mean, don't put too much in there. You don't need much. And I just I pulled the other one out. And like I said in the video, make sure always pull straight out. Because if you don't pull straight out, you can chip the paint out. So, but it turned out good. So I was going to do a poll. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are with or without the pickguard. I just haven't gotten around to it. Putting the poll in there. I was going to do it, but I got kind of sidetracked. And but yeah, I think the Van Halen 1 with no pickguard and the Frankenstein pickguard. I talked to Randy Price about this and I was going to do it, but I was just going to buy a whole other guitar. And I was like, well, wait a minute. I don't really play that guitar anyway. So just go ahead and take the pickguard off and, figure it out that way. Original pickup still in there, Alnico 2 Wolfgang. And yeah, it looks good. I took the back plate off and talked about the route. Make sure that you take that ledge off because you won't get any the depression of the Floyd. If you don't put that angle on there, you only have so much movement there. So anyways, I thought this looked cool. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. So hold on. So I woke up this morning and I shot that video, and then somebody had mentioned do the Charvel Relic, and so I took that out there with me. Really no tweaking on that guitar. That guitar is solid. But I figured, well, since I'm off, I'll just go ahead and jump in and see if you guys had any questions or anything. Hey, what'd y'all think about John Thayer? What'd y'all think about having John on? John's a great guy, man. I mean, like, just sit there and talk with him. We haven't talked much, or we haven't talked at all since I had him on. But shoot, that guy, it was cool to talk to him about the most interesting thing for me personally was the asking him what his biggest oh shit moment was. I was expecting something major, and the biggest thing was the biggest thing was I think he said the nut stripped out or something, the nut stripped out or a saddle stripped out or something like that. And I mean, what a blessing to be a tech for. Well, no, actually, the biggest one for me that would have freaked me out was the spring coming off the block that happened in that video. I'm not sure if you guys went and searched that video for Lynch, but you can see it. He gets up there to play and do the fire, and he's all out of whack and out of tune. And he takes his guitar off, hands it to John, and then John's looking at him like he's crazy, like trying to figure out like what's wrong with it, because I'm sure John probably went through it and everything was cool, and he got up there and the spring popped off. So I've only had that happen once, is because my dumbass put the block on backwards years and years and years ago at a gig. And I think I talked about it. The spring popped off, and my singer looked at me like, "What the hell was that?" Like right in the middle of a song, I had to switch guitars. Pretty funny. But anyways, thanks for being here. Let me jump in the chat here real quick and see what's doing with everybody here. Darren's here. What's up, dude? How you doing? Randy Price is here. Ryan's here. What's up, dude? Ronnie Parker, thanks for being here. Cushman's here. Cool. Jimmy Biter. Jimmy, I think those pickups went to my work, and I'll have them tomorrow. Thanks so much for that, bro. Appreciate it. Jimmy Biter is selling some pickups, and I snagged a couple. I've got a plan for that Super 3 that Phil Collin pickup. So I got a plan for that one. See here, who else? Greasy Monkey Guitars. Thanks for being here, dude. How you doing? Lewis is here. Lewis, what's up, man? How you doing? Nice to see you, buddy. Nice to see you. Dan Gorman, how you doing, man? There's my boy jumping in with me. He went to go see the Mark Hoppus interview in LA yesterday, talking about his new book for Blink-182. He said it was pretty good. It's pretty cool that my son's so into music, because I can definitely relate. Not that I know a lot about Blink-182, but I find myself watching stuff that he likes just so I can inform myself, and then kind of confuse him and have him think, why is he watching Blink-182 stuff? So it's kind of fun to confuse my son. Look at all the people here tonight. Well, we got 26 in the chat right now, Ryan, so I appreciate that. Looks better that way. Are you saying that way? Randy, I think so too. I just bounced it off my kid. He said, wow, interesting. I wasn't sure if what he meant by interesting was good or if interesting was bad, but he said that interesting is good. So I wish I could steal the thunder on that, but I can't. I watched some guy playing on YouTube one night, and he did. I sat there looking at the guitar going, what is going on there? And I figured it out, and I was like, whoa, that's so much cooler looking than having a full pickguard. I'm not a pickguard guy anyways. So, but if you are a pickguard guy, I have a guitar for you here in a few minutes. I want to bounce something off you guys. Randy saying hello to Nathan. Nathan, say hello to Randy. Greasy Monkey Guitars saying hello to everybody. Everybody's chatting amongst each other. Let's see here. 40 Great Dan Gorman is here. Let's hear that Lay It Down riff. I gotta plug this. I gotta plug that thing in, man. I can pull that riff off, but I'm not hooked up for that. I should be. I will on the next one. On the next one, I'll get the guitar hooked up and have it ready to go for the show. But I appreciate Dan Gorman being here. Got to get the Lay It Down going. Maybe I should have you on here. Rodney Parker, 40. Do you have any experience with big head guitar necks? The feel. I'm wanting to go with one of those like Eddie did on the black and white Frankie at one time. No. There's a guy named Paul Miller that lived in New York or Jersey or something. and he was called Big Head Guitars. I don't think that's related, but he did a lot of paint work for me before everything took off, before the internet took off, and uh, but I don't have any experience with that. It's I'm assuming it's a thicker neck, a beefier neck, maybe. I don't know. Let me know. Please comment. Help me out tonight. Jump in the chat and hit me up with some more elaborate on that, because I do not have any experience with that whatsoever. I don't know what that is. Bradley Woods in the chat. Welcome, sir. Evening, gents and Jimmy. Let's see here. Oh, look who's here. It's R2R3. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Let's see. I think John said he stripped clamping a block hole on the Floyd nut. Yeah, it stripped out, and I wonder. I wish I should have elaborated. I was a little caught up with making sure that there wasn't a lot of, for some reason, you know, I chatted with my better half after the show, and she goes, "You got off too quick and you started too fast," and I was kind of nervous because he's a guitar tech for the three greatest guitar players on earth, in my opinion, right now, just in my world. And I wanted to make sure that I was blasting him and keeping him busy with regards to questions and stuff. So, you know, rookie move, you know, I'm not even sure if anybody caught it, but you know, she's my best critic and she can criticize me and I'm totally fine with it sometimes. But yeah, I wish so. Yeah, I've gone back and watched it once, and I wish I would. There's a couple times, but then again, my best friend of all time was in there, and he was asking some pretty good questions. And you know, him and I have always been really good at bouncing questions off people. And I said to him, I said, "Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything?" And he goes, "I don't think so, man." He said, you had that cat on there for 2 hours, and you know, between the questions he asked, between the questions you guys asked, between the questions I asked, I think we got all the blood out of the turnip on that one. He definitely said he would come back for a part 2. He's going to be busy for the next 3 months. He's got a really cool gig that I really can't talk about coming up, which is going to be badass. And I thought that as soon as he said the band, I said, "This guitar player," and he said, "No, that guitar player's out, but this guitar player's in." And I was like, "Oh my God." It's just so cool. So anyway, he's going to be busy for the next 3 months, but I think that John had a good time, and I know that I had a good time, and hopefully you guys had a good time. And you know, it was cool having him on, man. It's cool having somebody that is that deep into the business. And it just, like, I've been watching ever since this whole thing went down. I'm on a huge extreme kick again now. Got kind of away from Nuno for a little while. Now I'm drawn back in and I'm listening to the, you know, the Hip Today, and you know, just like all that good stuff, man. It's just, you know, and I know how to play it. And what's crazy is I sit here in these, John and I were talking about playing guitars. He goes, "I work on guitars more than I play them." And I go, as much as I hate to say it, I'm there. And like, I remember how to play stuff, but I don't know how. Like, there's some pretty good stuff that I used to know how to play, and I can still play it. It's just not as good as it used to be, and it's kind of weird. I'm transitioning into that. I don't play very much anymore, and it just kind of sucks. But like today, I was sitting here and I was playing for those, and I was just trying to throw some different stuff out there, because when I come in here and plug in, I've got my certain. Usually, it's for a repair. And usually I have my ears tuned to certain licks that I like to hear, you know, to where if everything's okay, I feel the bar, I know the whack I want on it, I know the tension I want on it, and then I get out. I'm out, you know. And I think I used to play a little bit more when I was living by myself, but I really can't use that as an excuse because, you know, work. So, you know, plus we all work too. So, but it'd be nice to get back into the whole guitar playing thing. And you know, I can, you know, we're all responsible for practicing, and you go on there and you go on Instagram and there's like always there's this one that always pops up. It says, "You don't need another guitar. You just need to practice." The thing that I find myself doing is I find myself like getting downtime and going, okay, let's see. And then I'll go and I'll shop and I'll find something really good. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to grab that one. But now it's at the point now to where I can't be doing that anymore, which brings me to my next point here in a second. But yeah, just to finish up on the recap with John, what a cool guy. Great to have him on. Great to chat with him. And, some cool insight. That was his first show with Warren. He's done one show. He hopes to get more. He is with a management company, and that's who hires him for gigs. So it's not a word of mouth. I thought for sure that George just called DeMartini and said, "Hey, man, I got a tech for you. I'm not on the road right now, and use this guy." And that's not the case. What it was, that's not the case at all. He's with a management company, and he gets recruited to go and do shows. So that's that. I will move on. Everybody's in the chat talking amongst themselves. Randy says, Ronnie Parker, he'll do a 22 fret version with a Floyd shelf if you want to. We're talking about some guitars here. Let's see here. Let's go. Randy Price again says, Mike, I need to buy something from you if you have one laying around. I know you probably do. Hit me up after the show. Yeah, let me know what you need. I'm all for getting rid of some stuff right now. I'm all for it. Just got too much, man. It's fun. It's fun, but at the same time, it becomes a problem as well. Johnny Rasmussen says the John interview is fantastic and the EVH looks great. Thanks, man. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, if you didn't catch my video today, I woke up early this morning. I was kind of whispering. It's kind of funny if you watch the garage stuff. It was 3:00 in the morning. I got up and had a cup of coffee and watched the news, and then went out and just hit it kind of hard. So you can tell my voice is a little different in the garage stuff just because it was nice 3:00 in the morning. But that's a good time to go out there because it's still cool out, and it's a good time. It's quiet. Looks good. Interesting that surprised me with the paint under the pick guard. Yeah. I think it's I think it looks really good. So let's see here. So let's talk about this here real quick. Hey, if you're in the market for anything right now, I got an email from these cats and I bought stuff from them. And if you've heard of Pipple Audio is a company in San Diego, which I've done business with a bunch of times. They have a 20% off coupon right now, anything over $800. So this has been in my cart and I've wrestled with it for 3 days. And I just can't because I can, but I can't because it's ridiculous to just keep buying these guitars, get them, set them up, and then they sit in a case. It's at the point now to I'm buying these guitars and it's just to like have something to mess around with and set up and mess around with to get it playing fantastic, and then it sits here in a case. So anyways, $1,279 out the door for this guitar right now at Pipple Audio. I did the 20% off in my cart. It was $1,279, free shipping and no taxes. So I think that if you're looking for this guitar, I think it's a cool looking guitar. I think the middle pickup is cool. And I think that's a cool guitar. It's got DiMarzios in it. It's a DiMarzio Super Distortion, I think, and a PAF and Area 67 or something. Or no, it's the Dark Matter. I think it's a Dark Matter in the middle. And don't quote me, but actually we could just look. It's the it's got a Floyd Rose 1000 on it. Probably change that out right there. The bridge Super Distortion, middle pickup's a Dark Matter 2, and I was right. PAF Pro and the neck position. DeRaps was playing this guitar and he did a demo on it, and it sounded really good going through the 5-way blade. So, anyways, I think it's a cool looking guitar. I think it's a really cool looking guitar. Problem is, I have way too many of that guitar. So, speed knobs, I didn't like them at first. I remember when they released these, Randy was talking about them, and I kind of bagged on the gold speed knobs, but now I think they look kind of cool. It's different. So, anyways, if you're looking for a deal, go over to Pitbull Audio, and they're cool, man. They ship quick, and I'm thinking if I don't do a special order with Sir, I'll probably buy my Sir from them because they're constantly running. I'm planning on getting that red Pete Thorne Sparkle with the FU Tone bridge once they're released in June, but I just can't justify this purchase. So, anyways, if you're looking for this guitar, $1,279 for this guitar is a steal. Everywhere you look right now, they're $1,500. So, $1,599. I don't see any deals on this guitar anywhere. So, but I think that's a cool one. Let's see here. Back out of that. It's really bright. Let's see. Let's jump back in the chat here. R2R3 says, what's he saying? When I played a solo and played the wrong note, Quentin said I should just move. Probably for the lives you're talking about. He said, let's see here. Who is that? CC, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Let's see. Darren says the video's great. Are you just looking at it through hindsight? Yeah, I mean, I'm a terrible critic of myself. I'm terrible. So I'm terrible on myself, and everything's got to be like perfect. And if it's not perfect, it's just the end of the world. But I have to look at it from the other side, or the other perspective of I'm lucky I got the cat on and I got to spend time with him. So that was cool. And I mean, shoot, if I was sitting on YouTube one day and I went through and I saw that somebody interviewed John Thayer, I would have been like, oh my God, I wouldn't be able to get there quick enough. You know, it's just, I just wouldn't be able to get there quick enough. So, let's see what else. Time to open an online store. You know what? If I could have a dream, I would do a brick and mortar. I would have something similar to what Dane Zimmerman has, you know, a brick and mortar store. Take my entire guitar collection and make it my stock, and then start over again, and then just start buying and trading and selling and searching, and, you know, just keep doing what I'm doing. But now I'm doing it for the store instead of for myself. I surely have, every time I go to Dane's, I count the guitars in the store, and then I know what I have, and I'm like, I think I'd do pretty good, like opening a store, because the Guitar Trader, or Dr. Guitar was the shop in Detroit when I grew up, and we always used to go and hang out at Dr. Guitar, and there's no way that he had over 100 guitars in the store. He was lucky to have 50. So I think that I think that'd be something really cool to have, like have like a brick and mortar, or just jump in with somebody and you know, start have repair, and have repair setups, you know, and sell guitars. That would be the ideal. Maybe when I retire, when I do retire, I'll go and find something to do like that. But for right now, you know, and something else too. Bill Zola, rest in peace, the guy who taught me how to build everything. He said, Mike, there's just not money in retail. You know, there's money in repair, and repair is where you always want to stay. You know, if you're like a dealer, you know, especially now with Fender pulling dealers out and stuff, and you can buy direct, and, you know, Gibson selling direct and everything. I don't know. I mean, like there may not be money in that. I know that Dane's not Dane doesn't want it either. Him and I talked about it, as far as like being endorsed on having a shop where you, where you sell certain guitars. I just don't know if there's plenty of those stores like that around, and the ones that, I mean, I'm not going to say who it is, but the guitar stores around that I see that are selling guitars like that, they're really not doing that good. I mean, they're not. I go into Dane's store and it's different stuff all the time. So I think that I don't know. It's fun to think about. It's it's fun to think about. I think what I'll probably end up doing is just end up doing repairs out of the garage. There's a guy, shoot, what is his name? When I was living in California, lived in Lake Elsinore. I forgot what his name was now. Old guy owned a guitar store in the Los Angeles area, retired, bought a house on Lake Elsinore, which is right by Sur. And he used to do some repair stuff for me. And he used to always talk about the business and the repairs, and he just worked out of his garage. You call him, I'd be like, hey man, I'm in a pinch. What is his name? He's such a nice guy too. And old guy. And I'm like, hey man, I'm in a pinch, I need this. He'd be like, yeah, bring it over. And I just drive over. They'd be standing out in this driveway waiting for me to get there, and we had good conversations about stuff. So yeah, it was cool. Randy says the knob's got to go. I don't know why they're growing on me. I mean, they probably would have to go, but if you guys are looking for that guitar or anything, they got some EVH stuff. I tried to find a way to spend a 20% off coupon for 3 days now. I even went on there this morning, just like looking around, seeing if there's something I could go after, or something I could snag. And I just can't, like I said, I just can't justify it right now. Plus I've got a guitar coming, so I can buy something else. So, I'll probably do a show on that. I'm off again next Monday, so I'll probably do a show on that on Monday. Cool guitar. Stu Petty is here. Hey man, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Let's see here. We all know you like the rainbow knob. We're chatting about something there. Let's see here. Music retail is a failed venture. Yeah, I think that I think you might be right. When you look at Guitar Center, it's just a bunch of cheap stuff. You don't see the high end room is never to my standard when I go in there, and they got everything locked up now, and which I understand because people are idiots. But it's very different from what it was when we were young, when we could walk in, grab a guitar, and check it out and sit there and plug it to an amp, and there's other guys sitting around you and you're sharing licks. I mean, that's how it was when I grew up in Detroit. Everybody's, that guy Roger used to sit there and play all the Dokken licks. You just sit there and watch him and go, oh my God, this guy's fantastic. But you just don't see that anymore. You walk in a Guitar Center, there's some kid with his parents there looking at guitars, and there's not much doing there. So might be wrong. Brian, what's up, man? Thanks for your email today. I appreciate it. Thanks for your comment. I'm curious if you or anyone in the chat knows of a very good repair mod shop in the Midwest, someone who specializes in super strat stuff. I don't know. If anybody in the chat knows, let me know where you're located, then maybe somebody in the chat will is close to where you are, and then we can comment. But even the people in Detroit that I used to know, they're just not. It's not doing much. Hold on. There's not much going on there. But if anybody in the chat, Midwest, hey, Brian, let me know where you're at. Chuck C got his box. He's pretty happy about that. Got his hat and he's got his sticker and his picks. So I appreciate you guys being here the other night for the show. Cushman says, I hear that 40. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but probably the music scene. It's It just is what it is. But hey, you know, for all of us guys that have a guitar collection, this whole tariff thing could, you know, it could surely raise the price of your guitar collection depending on where they're coming from. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, it's something to keep in mind. Guitar sounded great in your morning video. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I don't change the settings on that amplifier. I bump the volume to like 1.5 just so that I have some oomph behind it. But usually when I'm in here playing, it's back down below 1. But you can get some. I pull some pretty good tones out of that. So, oh, Chuck Block. Who said that? Nate. My son remembers it was Chuck Block. That's so funny. Block's Musical Repair in Lake Elsinore, California. Great guy. And I'm sure he's still there. And damn, Nathan, thanks for helping me out. Appreciate that. Chuck Block, great guy. Very like badass repairman on acoustics. Like he had a crushed guitar and he fixed it and it looked like the guy's a badass. So yeah, check out Chuck Block in Lake Elsinore, California. Yeah, it was Chuck. You're right, bub. Glad to see that you've got your mind going because mine is not. Manufacturers, the internet. Manufacturers and the internet have killed music retail. Yeah. You know what really got killed with the internet, which kind of crapped me out, was the pawn shops. Because I used to run around San Diego and hit all the pawn shops on the weekends when I had a minute. Sometimes I would take Nathan, sometimes I wouldn't. But I remember going to pawn shops in San Diego and just stumbling on some badass Kramers, and they were cheap because it was like mid 90s and nobody wanted them. And yeah, the Floyd Rose stuff and all that, it's just crazy. Just crazy how cool the pawn shops were. Now the pawn shops get a guitar and they go on to Reverb or eBay, check what the solds are at, see what they could get for it, and they list it immediately on eBay, and then that's the end of it. Kurt, what's up, man? How you doing? Kurt 5150 from Under the Bus. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. How's your guitars? Which one are you playing right now? Tell me which one you're playing right now. What are you favoring? Brian C says Indianapolis area. Anybody in the chat, Indianapolis area, please chime in to let Brian. I think Brian's you're one of the retired Navy guys, right? It's one of my brothers there. So if you could help this cat out, let me let you know, please comment, let him know what we can do to help this guy out. Somebody reputable, please. By saying hi to each other. Brian Buckles, what's up, Brian? How you doing, man? I commented about the epoxy, so hopefully you caught that. Gorilla epoxy I always use and never had a problem with it. And yeah, just put some on a toothpick. You spit it around inside the hole, put the insert back in, pop it in there, not hard. Just tap her back in, and then she'll dry, and then she'll never come back up again. So annoying why they would just push it. You know, I don't understand that. You know, another thing that I just don't understand with regards to guitar assembly. I mean, like, put the guitar together right. I mean, like, why would those be pulling out? Well, it is basswood, and you know, it's soft, and I understand. So hard pass on. What are we hard passing on? What are it's hard passing? Frank Pause, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for the videos, and Frank, he's always sending me like really cool. He's got some really cool Van Halen stuff that I would never share, but he is in the industry, and he's got some cool Eddie on piano stuff, what you've never heard. So I can assure you of that. Thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate it. I saw you. We still have to do a chat. I just typed. Somebody who else hit me up today, and I said I'm never home. Somebody's coming into town and they want to stop by for a visit, and I gotta See if my better half's okay with that, because I usually don't do that. But yeah, I'm just not home. Well, he's freaking at work. Yes, I saw the 5150 painting videos. I saw his I believe his Skull and Blood. Watch the Skull and Blood video, and they're good. Yeah. Oh, Kurt said he just built a Kraber 1984 replica. Oh, okay, cool. Black hardware, I assume. Black hardware. I can only assume it's black hardware. Yeah, I'd like to see pictures of it. Send me pictures of it. We'll see it. There are 3. He has a Kurt's got a build going. Looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, I'd like to see it too. I'd like to see that too. Randy Price, I heard good things about a shop called Guitar Works in Greenwood on a few luthier groups I'm in. I have no experiences. I'm in Atlanta. Yeah. Well, hey, check that. Brian, check that out. See if you can get somebody to help you out. Remember, if you go inside a shop and they don't give you your guitar back and have you check it out before you leave with it, you're in the wrong shop. You're on the wrong shop. Let's go. Everybody saying hello to each other. Mr. Mick, hey man, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Brian says, thanks, Randy. I think I've heard that name a few times. Yeah. I mean, check them out. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Let's see here, Frank. Both busy one of these days. I am. Maybe we can set up something when I come out to where we can meet down the hill from Coldwater, from Ed's house. We can meet down there on Santa Monica, I think it is. What's that place that Denny's play? Twain's. Maybe we can meet at Twain's for something to eat. That'd be cool to hang out. Next time I'm out there, we can meet up down at Twain's. We used to always go to go to Twain's before we went up and stalked Edward. That would be a cool store 40. Yeah, I assume you're talking about if I ever got a chance to do something. Yeah, that'd be cool. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have my guitars locked up. I would have amps plugged in. I would have good amps there to where people could just come in and hang out if they wanted to. Randy, always at work. Car dealership life. That's right. Always at work. Never good enough. Never good enough. Always at work. Didn't have to work yesterday, though. And happy Easter to everybody, and I hope you guys had a good day. So I think Kurt just sent me something here, so let's see if I can download this, and maybe Kurt, can I put it up on screen? Do you mind? If I can, let me know. Put it in there and see if it comes up. I love this MacBook thing. This kid got me, my kid got me in this MacBook, and just everything's so much easier now. Let's see here. Randy says, I don't check my guitars out when I pick up anymore. I know my dude Willie takes care of me after 5 years. I've been using him. Hey, I mean, like, if you've been there before, you don't have to. But if you're not, well, I mean, if I was, I don't know, I'm kind of weird like that, because I've had shops have my guitar, like the guy who did a fret level and crown for me, and he just leveled, he never crowned. So trust but verify. Ronald Reagan said it best. Trust but verify. Frank pause. Yeah, we'll have to see if it's still there. That's on. Oh, Ventura. That's it. Yeah, Ventura. Right down the. Yeah. See, I'm thinking Santa Monica. Ventura. Yeah, Ventura and Coldwater. Twain's on the corner, and then the Ralph's is kitty corner from that, where Ed and Valerie used to go get their food. Yeah, I'm back on 6 days tomorrow too, buddy. I'm back on 6 days. My next day off's next Monday. Sucks. Okay, Kurt says I can use it. So I will pull this up. I know we joke about Guitar Center, rightfully so, but there is a recent review with the new CEO and Phil McKnight. He said he was unlocking all the guitars and making sure some changes based on feedback. Yeah, I watched a few minutes of that, and I just I think I went on to different things. Uh, get, I just don't. I just have a my issue with the whole Guitar Center thing is how they drove everybody out. I mean, really, we're sitting here talking about the cool mom and pop shops. The reason why we don't have mom and pops is because of Guitar Center. So, we can chew on that for a little while. Uh where am I at? So I have to go into my pictures here. Macs are the best. I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you on that. See here. See if I need to switch over here. And let me get into what did I do? Let's see here. I'd see if I can pull that picture up. See if I can do this. CC stuff, car stuff never stops. Wife has over 10 new Beetle triple white anniversaries and more bidding on. I never catch hell on a guitar anymore. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's cool if the wife's into something that gets the heat off you for running around and buying nonsense. Let's see if I can pull this up here. I want to pull up Kurt's guitar. Oh yeah, cool. There it is. So Kurt just built a 5150 or a 84 replica. Let's share the screen here. Click off that. Yeah, looks good. Yeah. Where'd you get the tape from? Do they sell that stuff still? I bought a roll of that a long time ago, and I think I threw it out. I was gonna make my own, but then they started selling them, so I don't need it no more. Where'd you get the parts from? Chime in and let us know what you got, where you got everything from. Yeah, looks good. Looks cool, man. You happy with it? Is it playing good? All set up? Everything good on it? Let me know. Let me know. It looks good. Good job, Kurt. Oh shoot. Speaking of pictures, look at this one. So I was on. Oh boy. Here we go. Look off that. I am not computer savvy whatsoever. Look at this. So I was on something yesterday. They said this just popped up at the Philly Hard Rock Cafe. Did you guys see this? So cool. The number 4 prototype, the one that the Wolfgang was built on, was the number 4 prototype. It's all hogged out. I was looking at this picture. This is all hogged out. I don't know if he was doing the dog ears are missing, so I'm wondering if it's rear loaded, if he was messing around with rear loaded, because there's nothing in there where that pickup is secured. Unless it's secured, no way. But I was sitting there dissecting this picture, and I blew it up, and I was looking at it, and I was like, man, these posts are so close to that, and it's basswood, and it's just a recipe for disaster. And I don't know if he had a pickup ring on there or what was doing there, but it's all hogged out. You can tell it's basswood, but it's cool that it made itself into the Philly Hard Rock Cafe. So I thought that was really neat. I actually had that on my list to talk about tonight. So anyways, I'm glad that Kurt, thanks for sending me that picture because it sparked my remembrance of this one. But the 4 guitar, that was the guitar that became the Wolfgang, the EVH Wolfgang. So during the prototype, during that what tour was that? been the '04 tour, because the '07 was um the '07 was when he debuted it, and then '09 is when they dropped. So somewhere around there. I think my years are right. I think might be messed up though. Okay, so he said go ahead, and then I talked about that. We talked about Guitar Center. Hey man, I'm sure Guitar Center is good for some people. There's not a chance of me giving my guitar to a Guitar Center kid. There's not a chance. But I mean, you can you know, I'm sure there's people there that are, they send them to school. They send those Guitar Center kids to school, and they have some kind of background with regards to, like building, almost like a Roberto Venn. Like when I was at SUR, we had a couple Roberto Venn graduates and Roberto Venn here in Phoenix. And but I will say that Phil McKnight was talking about him, because somebody in the chat said, what do you recommend for going to school to be a guitar tech? And he said, there's some out there, Roberto Venn. He said, but the problem you're going to have is whenever you go to a school like that, you're going to end up somewhere and they're going to categorize you. You're going to be stuck. And it's exactly what happened to the guys that came from Roberto Venn at SUR. I'm not sure if they graduated now and they're somewhere else inside the shop, because I'm not there anymore. But I will tell you that those guys they were not tune testers. They were QC. And they just they grabbed the guitars, and they would just bring it back to our bench and say, hey, there's an issue here, or there's an issue here. But that's what I experienced with the Roberto Venn graduates. Roberto Venn. And to be honest with you, I mean, it's not like they could really talk shop. I mean, like, I would sit there and try to talk to those guys, and it didn't seem like they really knew that much. So maybe the one cool thing about Roberto Venn is I would like to go to their pickup lining class. And they do it every year, like in January. I missed it again this year, but probably because I can't get the weekend off. But I would like to go to their pickup lining class and do that, just to say I did it and I built my own pickup. But that would be kind of neat to do that. So Randy Price says step one for Guitar Center should be hire knowledgeable employees. Yeah, I mean, but like with but with any corporate, with anything corporate, they're going to take whatever they can get, especially in sales. I never understood sales until I got into sales with the car industry, and they'll just take whoever they can get. It's spitballing. Who's going to work and who's not going to work, and sometimes you stumble on a good salesman, and sometimes you don't. So they just burn through them, and you know find out who sticks around and find out who doesn't. It's not like that in service. The guys that get hired in service, where I'm at, I mean, they're reputable guys, and they know what they're doing. But in sales, yeah, man, it's total spitballing. See who's going to stick. See who's going to figure it out. Stu Petty says he learns to do he learns to do it himself. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I was extremely lucky. I broke a neck, and I took it down to a local shop in San Diego, and I just started talking to the guy. It was a Saturday. I took it down there. I said, hey, can you build me this neck? He goes, yeah, I got a template for that. He had a template for the 84 Beretta, the Holy Grail. He had the guitar at one time, disassembled it, made templates of it. He goes, yeah, I've got a template of that neck, and built it for me. And then like I said, I've told the story. I started building guitars out of his shop and started spraying Van Halen guitars, and I was selling them on eBay. And when the whole but I was clear coating mine like Ed Roman. I'm like, mine were good. I would really like to have one of those back, but you just never know what's what. So be good to have one of those back, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. You even see those anymore on eBay. Mr. Mick says, for you prefer the Iconic over the 5153 head. Well, I don't have any 50 watts plugged in right now. They're all up there. I really like that Iconic. My buddy, Lou, that lives out here. I bought one and I gave it to him, and it was more of a gift to him. And well, actually, it was a gift to him. But I remember we took it out of the box and plugged it in. And I was like, "Oh my god, this thing's awesome! It sounds great." And because I was playing through the 50-watt exclusively, and I was like, "Oh my god, I've got to get me one of these." I just didn't think that they were going to be that good, and they're great. But then again, those were designed by the man James Brown. James Brown's back at EVH, so the Iconic's fantastic. Yes, go buy one if you're interested in one. I would never let you down. And the 80-watt Iconic head is fantastic. I've got the 112 too. I was going to give it to my son. He'll probably want it here eventually because Tom DeLonge plays through a EVH, so he'll probably want that eventually. So it's in the storage room right now, but he'll probably want that. But yeah, they both sound great. Although that Iconic circuit sounds good. I like it. I think she gets a better deal. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Dan Gorman said he's going to take off. Dan, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. CC says, "Wow, Kurt, that got together quick." Yeah, that's a good looking guitar, man. It's a good looking guitar. Cushman says, "Later, brother." There's Kurt right there. EVH Floyd, Pariah 86 pickup, and Godot tuners. Okay. What kind of wood? Alder, basswood. What is it? Who did the paint? I don't even know why I'm yawning. There's no way I can be tired. I took a good nap today. R2R3 says, "Very cool, Kurt." It is very cool. Louis Friel says, "Later, Dan." See you, Dan. Everybody's saying later on. Randy says, "Looks good, Kurt." It does look good. Wondering what the wondering why the thing is there. Brian C. Before Sam Ash closed, we had a Guitar Center, Sam Ash, and Music Go Round, all within the same mall parking lot area. Now we have Guitar Center, and Guitar Center is always crowded. Yeah, Music Go Round seems like they have some good deals every once in a while. Like I'll see something online, and then Sam Ash is gone from here as well. So, yeah. See here. Why did I leave, sir? I left, sir, because my son had joined the military, and I was a empty nester, and I had been wanting to come to Arizona for years, and it just all came together, and one day I just made a decision, and and it was a great decision because when I think back again, getting in the business, and my buddy telling me, you know um, the money is in repair, and I was working for, so I'm not going to discuss what my compensation was, but I can tell you that my compensation in the automotive industry is a tenfold, 10 times probably what I was making there. And I would say that it was a great experience, and I would never give that back. Would I go back? I don't know. Um, I don't know if I would go back into. I'm not saying would I go back to Sir. Would I go back to working in the businesses like for a manufacturer and go work? No, I don't think I would, because I would work for myself independently before I would go back and do that. And although the automotive industry is, uh, taxing and you're there a lot, I would never be able to have the flexibility that I have with regards to, just going and buying guitars and messing around and doing the stupid shit I do if I didn't have a job where the income was halfway decent. So yeah, probably not. Probably not going back. And yeah, there were just there was more than one reason why I left, sir, for sure. It's not like it ended badly or anything. It just ended, Um, so yeah, that. I ordered a HB HB50 from Performance, a PG50 from performance. I'm looking forward to installing it in the made in Japan Charvel San Dimas. Let me know what your thoughts are on that when you get it in, Brian. I would like to know. I still have a PG50 here in my box full of pickups, and curious as to what your thoughts are on that. So yeah. John DeShane's in the chat. What's up, John? How you doing, man? Randy saying hello to John. Greasy Monkey Guitars. Hey, John, what's up? All right, let's see here. Let's move on here to what else do I have here? What do I have? Oh yeah, okay. Let's do this. So we talked about the super stock. I won't go back over that again, but I was going to go over some. See here for you guys that may be looking for stuff right now. Not so much looking for myself, but was looking. Over the last couple of days I've been off, so I've been looking at websites and looking for cool deals. I thought this was a good one. Music Zoo, $719 for an EVH. I think that's pretty good. $899 regularly. I think all these sales are ending today for the Easter stuff. So if you're looking for EVH, 7.1 pounds, I was going through and looking at it. 7.1 pounds, probably very similar to the 7.4 of mine, because after I put the brass block in it, I think I got 7.4 out of that today. So I thought that was a good one. So if you're looking for an EVH red white Van Halen 1, that might be a good guitar for you. This is cool about all these Charvel guitars and stuff. They're all like a lot of fun upgrading. Like I really enjoy upgrading the guitars. I think when they're en route, I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. And it's fun to mess around with. I think that guitar would look cool with a zebra pickup. Maybe I'll do that. I'll put a zebra in that just to throw everything off and to make it my own. I think that might look kind of cool. Let's see what else I got. What else did I bookmark? Still watching this one. The Ibanez Gem. This guy dropped the price to $5,150. And I was out running around the other day, and I had offered $5,150 because he was asking $6,250, and I offered him $5,150, and then he didn't respond. So I kind of figured that that was just too low, which I don't know if it is or not. But he hit me up. He hit me back and said, "Hey, I would accept this offer." So I'm still kind of pondering that. I don't know. I mean, that's just like one of those guitars that I'm not gonna play, but I would like to have it. Just just to be like the protector of all the cool 80s guitars. Have like one of like Noah's Ark of guitars of 80s. I want to be the Moses of the Noah's Ark 80s guitar arsenal. I want to have one of all the cool guitars from the 80s, and then in case something goes down, there's one left. So I don't know, still pondering that one, but I think that that's a cool guitar, and in my opinion, he's probably not too far off with regards to what he's asking there. I hit Dave Friedman up on one of these after the NAMM show, and he said that they had all been sold. And now there's one in stock at, I think it's Rebel Guitars in somewhere. Yeah, Rebel Guitars in Alabama. And I think that's a cool looking guitar. But here's my problem. The first thing that pops in my head is Randy Rhoads, but then the other thing that pops in my head is Buddy Guy. So I don't, that kind of squashed the Buddy Guy thing, kind of squashed my intention with that guitar. Plus, I have a Friedman in the safe in there, which I don't play. I got a really cool Friedman. I did a video on it. And if you haven't seen the video, check out the Friedman video I have. Very similar to John from Dokken. Very similar to his, like with the black and purple. It's a sharp looking guitar. So but yeah, that kind of I don't think I can go after this guitar as much as I would like to. Freeman, you know, the Callies are cool guitars, and you know, Billy Rowe from Rock and Roll Rebels building those, or Rock and Roll Relics is building those. So um I have the Jackson GJ, or not the GJ, but the OG, which is pretty much a Friedman Callie with an OG logo on it. And I have the Billy Rowe, and they're both good guitars. I did switch the pickup out in both of those guitars. I went to Sirs. I put Doug Aldrich in my OG, and I put SSH Plus and SV. SSH Plus, and I think put an SV in the neck. So yeah, those are great pickups. Although those are pickups are the bomb. They are the bomb. So that is it for On the Radar. I really don't have anything that I'm watching on the radar, but let's see here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Anything else here? By saying hello to each other. Yeah. I just want to jump on, say what's up with you guys. You guys have any questions or anything, hit me up. I've gotten a bunch of emails since I've been on here. Brian Buckles, I got your email. Would you also install a cut PG on my Frankie? Install a pickguard. I don't have a straight line cutting tools. Yeah, probably figure something out, man. Figure something out. Yeah. So hey, thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Lewis, I'm gonna run as well. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. Check out my video if you didn't see it today. I did a video on the Van Halen, the pickguard being or taking the pickguard off. And I did a video on the Charvel with the Tone Zone and the Air Norton in there. Sounds good, and check it out. And Kurt, great job on your guitar. Hey, just shoot me an email or shoot me a text. You got my number. Shoot me a text. Let me know what wood that is. I would like to see it or hear about it. I paused what I was doing at work to watch the premiere. Oh, Randy, thanks, bro. Randy. I'm sure you saw the Bravo Zulu to Randy Price for the cream. Good job, sir. Appreciate it. Cushman, thanks for being here. I'm going to go spend some time with my better half, and I appreciate you guys being here. So I can put the check on the block for coming on and talking to you guys tonight. Really appreciate your support on the John Thayer, and thank you for all the support on the channel. If you guys have any questions or anything, hit me up. Let's see here. Where is it? You can hit me up at 40gritguitars@gmail.com, and I will surely respond to you with regards to whatever questions you have. So that's all I have tonight. Thanks for being here. I'm going to go hang out, and I will, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, man. I will chat with you all at a later time.